Do what it do, y'all. Chris here, aka Mr. Vibin himself. So I am bringing y'all something special, something new, something splashy. Anyway, I am bringing y'all Flashback Film Fridays. What is this that you ask? This is about movies that we have forgot about, old movies that we love, or just movies that just way back in the day, just bringing it up. So one of my personal favorites is Money Talk, starring Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen. Yes, I did say Charlie Sheen, the porn star. Anyway, Chris Tucker is played by Franklin Hatchett. Charlie Sheen is playing James Russell, reporter from Channel Five News. If you have seen the movie, then you get that little snippet I just did. Anyway, so Chris Tucker is like a petty con. He's selling DVDs, rims, movies, whatever he can sell at this car wash that he works at. Charlie Sheen character, which is James Russell, he is doing a report on petty cons, petty theft, and stuff like that. So he just so happened to show up at the car wash, wanted to do an interview with him. Chris Tucker does the interview, but he's acting a complete fool. If you guys seen any movies that's played by Chris Tucker, you know that he's a fool in everything he played. So in the middle of the interview, Chris Tucker was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, man, you know what it is, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "You know what the fuck it is, blah, blah." And Charlie Sheen's like, "No, no, 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 you can't say that on TV." He was like, "What? Fuck, you can't say fuck on TV." He said, "Man, forget that. You called me up here to do an interview, man. So come on, let's do it." Okay, whatever. So as the time goes on, the cops pull up. Cops pull up, arrest Chris Tucker's character, which is Franklin Hatchett. Charlie Sheen gets his report. Chris Tucker goes to jail. But there's more. Watch this. So in the midst of all that, there's this French mob boss. He gets picked up for something, right? So just so happened, well, the coincidence that Chris Tucker's character is handcuffed to this French mob boss. So this French mob boss got this whole plan of escaping in play. They go across the bridge, the bus blows up, everybody gets killed, but Franklin and the French mob boss. So they escape. They're in the elevator. They're in the helicopter. They're in the helicopter. Chris Tucker, he just keep talking and talking. So the French mob boss is like, forget this. We gotta get rid of him. So they break the handcuffs. They're still talking. Chris Tucker's like, just drop me off on the roof, man. Me, man, I could be at my auntie's house, drink some Kool-Aid, blah, 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 this other kind of stuff. So they're tired of him at this point. So in the midst of that, the French mob boss and his henchmen, they're having a conversation about this red Jaguar, these diamonds that's worth millions of dollars, and Chris Tucker's sitting there like, diamonds, millions, red Jaguar, okay. So he's all like, look, check this out, we can split it. 7 for me, 7 for you, and for you, you get whatever's less because you've been tripping for real. So the French mob boss said something in his language or whatever. So they pulled out the hatchet. That's when they broke the handcuff. So getting past that part, not James Russell, excuse me, Franklin Hatchet, which is played by Chris Tucker, pushed both of the mob bosses, jump out the helicopter, and swim. So as time goes on, he makes the phone call to James Russell, like, "Hey, yo, meet me somewhere." They end up meeting up. So pretty much at this point, he has to help Chris Tucker because he's the one that pretty much got him into the situation. But in the midst of all that, it's like so much other chaos is going on. He meaning James Russell, which is played by Charlie Sheen, brings in Chris Tucker. And remember, Chris Tucker is Franklin Hatchet, so they have become real close because they think, they meaning the news reporters and the police and stuff, think that he's helping him at some point. So since he's helping him at some point, Chris Tucker's character, he gets real close with him, with James Russell. They have to pretty much clear their name because some way, somehow, James Russell got caught up in the mix as well, thinking, he helped him escape or, some other shenanigan goes on. But it's one of my personal favorite movies because it's funny. And it was made in 1997. And I feel like personally, they don't make movies like that anymore because it's not one of these new age movies where it's fake or they got to do some extra stuff. Like, no, this is pure comedy, pure funny in the way that Chris Tucker is in it. This is a young Chris Tucker too, back in '97. So he moving, he all fast and stuff. He's like, they call me slap and pop because I slap and I'll pop you. You don't know where I'm coming. Come from left, come from right, all kind of stuff. Shut up and make a left. Like, the movie is a really good movie. I understand it's an old movie, but if you haven't seen this movie, go see this movie. I just gave y'all like the first few minutes of the beginning part of the movie, like some of the how it starts pretty much. And I think it's a funny movie. It's a good movie. It's definitely top 5 for me. And that says a lot because a lot of good movies have been out. So If you guys enjoyed this, please like, subscribe. One more question since what I told you. Would you guys go see this movie if you haven't seen it? Remember, the name of the movie is called Money Talks, starring Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen. All right, y'all. I'm out, Mr. Vibin. Out of here.